Hey guys and gals, I got another one for you today. Let's continue on the journey of the Tier 9 heavy tanks. And once again, we are in a fan favorite. We're going to feature the T10. T10 is probably more of a Heavium. It's got great mobility, trades some armor for it. Definitely still has respectable armor. But obviously playing like Tier 10s, the hull armor on this is going to be pretty tragic. Now, that's the difference for me between the 257 and the T10 is 257 gives up a little bit of armor from the STI to get some mobility. The T10 gives up a little bit of armor from the 257 for more mobility. And a lot of the times mobility is more important than actual armor, especially with premium rounds. Like I said before, you can't blame people for putting premium rounds in, especially like in a 257 where the angled armor does wonders on AP rounds, but heat shells can, or I guess just won't have a struggle with it as much. So we got 1390 here. Trying to lead him out. Just cannot get the gun depression because I'm a Soviet and I don't have gun depression, but we are able to lock a shot right into him. Now he's got a friend. And I don't know what that was. I think he just shot in anger there. Should have just looked at this guy, got my shell off. Alright, so I didn't know if I was going to be permatracked there or what. So I waited to fix my ammo rack. But now that we got the track on, I know I can safely fix the ammo rack. There's no arty, otherwise this place would be terrible. This is definitely a spot that arty looks at and can fire freely upon. Now looking at the map, it looks like they're sent a lot to the 890 to counter our push. We have a lot of tanks in G6 for some reason. I don't know what battle goes on there, but apparently there is one. And then we got some tanks in H2, so we're trying to be the crossfire in between these two hordes of tanks. Now 1390, I thought he was going to cut more to his right, and he didn't, so I missed my shot again. And I'll take that as poor marksmanship. I need to work on that. Now our tanks push up into G2, and they put themselves into a crossfire. I'd highly recommend not pushing up into the castle if you haven't cleared the one line. It makes it really tough to, obviously they're going to need to fight two different angles. Now I could push in there, but I am one single tank with a 75% crew, so I just feel like I'm not going to be able to help them very much. But then they make the right move and they just push the one line. We're looking for shots here. Bounce off the lower plate of the T30. Now that has to be the luckiest thing I've ever seen. Alright, we got a 7-2 battle. We really have not done anything. Well, I've missed some shots. That's about all I've done. And the TDs start to push in on my heavies. I'm looking for a shot on this Bog Horror to help my Type 4 out. Type 4 won't let him push past that position and he takes him down. So I feel like I've wasted a lot of time. That's really what makes it tricky in the 75% crews is knowing how much to push, what time and how much to actually push out. So T30 backs up, flattens his upper plate for me. I'm able to get a shot into that. Got a waffle here. 680 health and hit the engine deck, and you're likely to light the fire, which gets us up to 1600 damage. 700 assisted, 800 blocked. Not a terrible game, but definitely left some damage on the table there. So we take third with that meager attempt at a game. At a good game, I should say. The team that I was with did a fantastic job. Even the guys on the one line should not have been able to drive back to the one line and kill the other tanks, in my opinion. When they do that, the other tanks behind them should have chased them down. Now this is a nice little surprise. So two of my clanmates are in this battle. Now they're in tier 8s, and Geronimo's in this battle. I see Geronimo on here a lot. I feel like he's a good player. Never checked his stats, but there has been a couple times where we faced off, and it was pretty fun. So I always enjoy playing with the guys that I see pop up all the time. Now I'm going to head south. I'm high tier heavy tank. I want to take the peninsula and wrap it in behind them. Majority of my team is going north. Then a couple of the heavies in D2 decide that they're going to come south with me, which is fine. No arty again, so 2 games with the T10, no artillery. What a dream that is. But I'll be honest, these 2 maps aren't really the best for artillery, as long as you know where to go. So we're going to loop around here, see what they send. We got an AMX-30 there. Sorry, buddy. You're a little bit wider than that rock. So we're going to shot into your lower plate. 480. Now, when you got a good crew in this, I'm going to say it's a lot like the M103 Heaviums that sacrifice the armor for mobility. It's kind of more important to have a good crew, because you can focus on mobility, your vision, gun handling, and while you're moving, the gun handling is amplified even more. This Conqueror misses a shot on me. I'm able to get a shot into his side, and then there's a bunch of tanks over, I shouldn't say a bunch, there's some tanks over in J9. They get me tracked, but I definitely want to help with this Conqueror, so we're going to jump down here. Now if they hit me, that's fine. I'm going to try to use this house to get in between me and them. And then that M103 shuts the Conqueror down. I'm going to make sure I'm fully turned around. Try to get unspotted, but I doubt that's going to happen. Yeah, so I'm targeted there. This M103 I think shoots me. And now he's just going to cross the opening, which to me is great, because I'll use him to get shot at, and then that'll open up the door for me to be able to drive past. Now 75% crew, I'm able to snap that shot off, which is pretty remarkable. And is that guy still hiding in the bush? Absolutely he is. So we trade shots, back up, get cover from the other TDs, and the Tortoise is looking at the scout, so we're able to put a shell into the side of him. And then he turns, and our E75 is able to shut him down. So another lopsided win for the T10. Eight to 1. I decided let the TD go on the right. Maybe I'll have some shots, but if I don't have any, I'm not going to go chase him out on that peninsula. I don't see anything, but I'm about to run into a rock, so I got to be careful with that. There's a motion right there, and I didn't think I had a very good chance of penning that shot, but I figured if I get lucky, then I'll take the damage. I still have to drive over to him, so I'll reload my gun by the time I get over to him. And while I'm heading over, why not see if I have a shot on this Kanoan Jagdpanzer. Doesn't look like I have a shot there. Malshin gets tracked in place, come around the corner, get a shot into his side. You know, I should shoot his track off. Unfortunately, I don't have the gun depression to do so, so I'm going to go for the fuel tank. Not able to light him on fire, and I figure he's going to die, so see if we can reload before my teammates. Sure enough, I get the shell in. Glad that I stayed to get that done. Our M103 finally kills the Canonian Bagger 105. And they still have quite a few tanks up here, so hopefully we can get a little bit more damage here. We are up to 4,000 damage, which is a nice game. Take that all day. And this is the worst part about this map, especially if you spawn on the east. These tanks generally have no map recognition, or they're just selfish players that are playing for their own stats. And when I say selfish players, I don't really mean like take that offensively that they're selfish, because I really don't care how other people play the game. Now, I'm very competitive and I want to win, so like in the moment I get mad at them for not wanting to win, rather than they just want to get their stats. But in general, like the bigger scheme of things, it doesn't really bother me, because I also understand there's different reasons to play the game. There's different ways that people get enjoyment out of the game. So if they want to just see like how much damage they can rack up by themselves and not depend on the team, that's fine with me. We're up to 6,800 damage, 800 assists, 1,200 blocked, 2,500 XP earned. That is a very nice start to the T10. See what the third battle brings us. We're on Sacred Valley. Team destruction, so we can't get capped out here. Sacred Valley is all about C2, that choke up in the northwest. It's so important. The south is more sniping. If you don't have a spotter, you're just going to sit there and wait until your north dies, and then hopefully you can come back from that, which I've definitely seen plenty of teams do. But generally, whoever wins this northwest corner can dictate the game as long as they're paying attention and they're working together. So I feel like this one's actually pretty hard to throw once you win the choke. A lot of the times there'll be like TDs and J2 that are shooting down the 2 line, and rather than just pushing down to F2 and spotting the corner, the team will like take their turns one at a time, go down the 2 line, and that will cost you a lot of tanks. So definitely take the ground that the opposing team gives you. That's a huge bonus that you can have in this. Missed the bat chat there. It's kind of a lazy auto lock. I didn't want to expose my tank too much, but no, I'm kind of in a pickle because I have way overcommitted this corner. My guy up here is getting surrounded, and my team isn't moving up past B5. So the Reds took the ground that we gave them. Just like I said, take the ground that they give you. This Batchat's going to come over here, and I didn't realize he was going to track me, but he does. So I waste my shell. I'll ram him for 200. Shot into him, and he breaks my gun. But I finally get some help. He gets tracked. I'll try to get another ram in there. Waiting for it to get fixed, but the Sheridan takes him down, and I have a tank up my butt. Alright. So, defending this corner just keeps your gun out of the game, as you can see. Not the best strategy, but mine wasn't either. I overpushed, and I should have read the map a little bit better. Honestly, going into battle, it looked like my team was coming to take the corner with me, so I just got too confident and arrogant and overpushed that. I can see my tanks. My teammates went down to F2, and they are taking out the tank destroyers. But it just seems like our priorities are all over the map right now. We are coming back 5-7, so we still might be able to win this. They pull back 6-8, and we get one of theirs. So 7-8. This T-34 is looking for a shot on the scout. No, it's 7-10. I mean, it's going to be pretty hard, especially since these guys aren't going to push anywhere. They've been content with just sitting and waiting for the whole red team. So that's what they'll get in the end, if that's your strategy. Wait for the reds. It'll come. If you keep your gun out of the game long enough, then you'll get to use it. There's no doubt about that. Our mediums push out into the middle and try to, what looks like, put them in a pincer maneuver. But really, unfortunately for them, our T-28 Proto is the only one putting him in a crossfire. The ISU isn't really doing anything. Now, he doesn't have hit points to do it, but at this point, I feel like, maybe play the corner a little bit, get a little bit closer to, if they're not looking, maybe sneak a shot in. Finally, our object falls down. Can our other medium pull off the battle with their medium? This guy's pretty indecisive. He's not sure if he wants to turn around or if he wants to stay here. Does the Proto have it locked down? And we lose our medium tank. So that's going to make it a little bit harder for him. ISU decides that he's got to shift positions here. He's still going to cover the T-28. And here comes a French heavy around the corner. Takes a shot from the ISU and then gets shut down by the Proto, which allows the Vengeance to come around the corner and shoot the Proto on the side, and we lose the game. So definitely not a great showing by me in the T10, and I actually was kind of mad at myself, so I left the game early without looking stats, so I estimated my XP earned for crappy like 500 or something. 7,700 damage, 1,200 assists, 1,500 blocked. Not terrible, but I don't think it's enough to get into the playoffs. That's all I got for you guys. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. I'll catch you in the next video.